In a time full of war, be peace. In a time full of doubt, just believe. Yeah, there ain't that much difference between you and me. In a time full of war, be peace. Hello, this is Bill Harper coming back to you with a song sampler. The song is entitled Be a Light and is written by Rhett. Back in 2020, actually, but it's a beautiful song about ways to engage the world, about being a light, about giving encouragement. Rhett wrote about this song when he recorded it. He says it's about being a light in a dark place, being an encouragement to people. Oh my people, if you haven't noticed, this world is becoming a dark place and we need to encourage others and love others. Wake up, pay attention. I'm sure seeing it. But I love the category of Christian country music, probably because I like the ballads and the instruments they use in country. But they're writing about such healthy things, such wonderful, good, nourishing principles. So the lyrics continue. In a time full of war, be peace. I've heard my favorite author, John Eldredge, say that we're born into a world at war and the prize is the human heart. The world is at war and the prize is your heart and my heart. Now, in a time full of war, be peace. I get my peace from the Prince of Peace. And if I didn't have him working in my heart, man, I would be a mess. The lyrics say, in a time full of war, be peace. Direct your eyes, heart, mind, soul, and spirit to Jesus, the Prince of Peace, who gives it. That's my source. I rarely get it in this world unless it's out in his creation. In a time full of war, be peace. The lyrics continue. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. Wow. Being a light on a hill, be a shining light to everyone you meet. I want people to ask me, hey, what is that gum you're chewing? What is this spirit you've got? Why do you act the way you do? Well, there's the Prince of Peace who has come and entered my heart, and I'm just trying to listen to him and do his will and love others as I love myself. In a time full of hate, be a light. Oh, the examples of the shining light on a hill, a city on a hill. Don't let your lampstand go out. Burn it with oil. It's all through scriptures. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Man, that's making amends. That's a key part of recovery and the steps that walk us to healthiness. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. Take this world today where everybody's in isolation, and I'm sure these cell phones and all that media has got us looking at the screens instead of looking up at the blue, beautiful sky or whatever, listening to God. Don't hide in the dark, in the isolation that we're all in. There's so many who have unbelievable anxiety. They're wrapped up in the media and phones. It's a mess. So don't hide in the dark. You were born to shine. Find that light. I think it's from a source called the Prince of Peace, the shining light. In a world full of hate, be a light. Lyrics continue. In a place that needs change, make a difference. In a time full of noise, just listen. 'Cause life is but a breeze, you better live it. In a place that needs change, make a difference. In a time full of noise, just listen. I'm learning better when I talk with people to listen and ask questions about what they're saying. I've also discovered that the noise in the world is pretty disturbing and distracting. And I'm trying to silence the noise and listening to the Spirit. I actually am practicing more just listening in prayer to what God's saying and keeping my mind open instead of me praying for friends and family and sicknesses and situations and others. Stop and listen. In a world full of noise, just listen. You've heard me say this before and it keeps coming back. My head is a dangerous place and I'm not allowed in there alone. What's going on in there when it's dangerous? It's mainly noise. Noise of worries and fears and all kinds of stuff. Shut down the committee, silence them, get out of there, get Jesus back in my head, which I mean my head, heart, soul, and spirit. In a time full of noise, just listen And I have to get quiet to do that. Because life is but a breeze, better live it. I love sailing. I love flying. And I've even flown some hang gliders and gliders. But the wind and the breeze and being out there, just on especially sailing, I just absolutely love it. Life is a breeze, better live it. In a place that needs a change, make a difference. That has motivated me to pay attention to how I can share the light with others. The lyrics continue. In a race that you can't win, slow it down. Whoa. A race I can't win, slow it down. Let's come back to that. Yeah, because you only get one go around. Because the finish line is 6 feet in the ground. In a race you can't win, just slow it down. I need to slow down. I run too fast. I blow by so much stuff. I often don't pay attention. That'll help me listen, won't it? Listening for the Spirit, listening for God's quiet voice. Because the finish line is 6 feet in the ground. Now, I'm not so sure about that. For my flesh, this fleshly body of matter that my spirit inhabits, that may be the finish line underground. But that's not the finish line for where I'm going. I hear there's a banquet in heaven when we all get there. I hear there's a banquet that's just around the corner with this crazy world where all of my family, friends, pets, everybody's going to be fully restored and happy. Not like the family dinners we had on this world, which were sometimes less than wholesome and fulfilling with all the relationships and insanity. But the banquet that's going to happen in heaven when we're all reunited. That's my finish line. That's where I'm going. Once again, in a race you can't win, just slow it down. Coming back to some of the key lyrics, in a time full of doubt, just believe. That's interesting, doubt. I do believe. I know where I'm going. I know the Spirit and God is alive and moving in this world, and there's so much on this side of heaven for us to do. But the doubt, I've heard that doubt is so prevalent today that it's masquerading as humility. People say, well, I'm not so sure about that, or I can't really have an opinion about that, or whatever. They want to sound humble, but so they think it's a virtue, perhaps a prerequisite for respect. In this world, people of strong conviction are suspect. But let us remember that conviction is not the enemy. Chesterton wrote that an open mind is really a mark of foolishness, like an open mouth. The object of opening the mind, as in opening the mouth, is to shut it again on something solid. I like that. That's worthy of remembering. Jesus, he was so countercultural and he knows humility, but this doubt thing, this may surprise many people, is not something Jesus holds in high esteem because he said, his words, John 20:27, he says, stop doubting and believe. And this is another way we've stumbled upon not letting ourselves be corrupted by the world, as it says in James. We breathe this cultural air. We take in its assumptions. We think that doubt is good, but it's not. Doubt is not a virtue. Doubt is not humility. Doubt is doubt. And Jesus understands doubt, and he wants us to get past it, not embrace it, for heaven's sakes. For heaven's sakes. In a time full of doubt, just believe. So once again, Bill Harper's bringing you a song sampler, the song Be a Light by Thomas Rhett. Here's a great lyric from the end of the song. It's hard to live in color when you just see black and white. Man, can you imagine seeing the whole world in black and white? Can you imagine no colors? I really can't. What about the richness of creation? What about a sunset? That's impossible to see it in black and white, or a sunrise, or sunshine dappling through the forest in the trees. It's just crazy to see a light with no color. But follow this. It's hard to live in color when you just see black and white. Is that talking about rules? Is that talking about racial divide? DC Talk wrote a song called Colored People, and the point of that is we're all colored people. We all have our different flavors and colors. It's hard to live in color when you just see black and white. If we can stop judging each other by things that we perceive and open our heart, mind, soul, and spirit to the real person, that might be a help. I love this song, Be a Light by Thomas Rhett. You talk about colors. I remember the book, The Shack. There was a time in there when Mac, the main character, encounters the work of the Holy Spirit in a group of people, and there were shining bursts of light emanating from all the people. Angels with big blue flames alight all them around. And as the emotions flow in these people, the colors are all different, individual, tailored to the person, because no two people are the same. Perhaps that's a glimpse into the supernatural, seeing with the eyes of the heart. But again, here's the lyrics to the song Be a Light. Yeah, it's hard to live in color when you just see black and white. In a world full of hate, be a light. When you do somebody wrong, make it right. Don't hide in the dark, you were born to shine. In a world full of hate, be a light. Beautiful song. This is Bill Harper bringing you a song sampler about the song Be a Light, written by Thomas Rhett, performed on the Country Music Awards in 2020, including Chris Tomlin, Reba, Keith Urban. It's a beautiful song. It's available on YouTube and Apple Music. I'm a man in search of my heart, and I think I'm going to try to see greater colors and light and love and hope.